Hello, this is Purple Rosa, and I'm continuing on with Dragonhold. I've come back to the Black Heights where Za'ji grew up, and he mentioned in the previous quest when we were coming to the Black Heights temple just there that the locals of this town paint rocks to display their deeds that they've performed through their lives. But apparently this is just like a farm merchant type town, so there's really no great heroes that have been born or lived here, which is why Za'ji left. So yeah, I've come back here to do this quest because I'm interested to see what this area is about. And as you've noticed, I'm wearing a new outfit. It's the one that I got from completing the previous main quest of this zone. And it was Za'ji's Dragon Guard uniform. And I've actually dyed it more appropriate colours for my character here. Purple and white. I think it looks good. But these bits here, like the scarf and the purple bit there, is not dyeable, but it matches. I feel like an official Dragon Guard warrior now. So I'm going to wear it for now. Because I like the...
Take a breath, Kaishka, before you faint. What do you mean he's gone to Kenarthi? Has he passed? I came as quickly as I could.
If it was Kenarthi who took him, I would be relieved. There is something wrong at the Wall of Life. Unclean. I fear it will snatch him from her tender embrace.
Wall of Life? I think that's the wall that Za'ji mentioned that they paint on. So yeah, I like this outfit because it has like the decorative beading or whatever it is there, and on the side there's a compass. So yeah, I feel like a real Dragon Guard warrior. But let's see what these two are talking about.
Don't concern yourself with me, Walker. It's my husband who's in danger. But my sister is here now. She will fix everything.
Ooh, sounds bad.
Apologies, Walker, if we've concerned you. Kaishka's husband has been ill for a very long time, and this one fears it has frayed her nerves to breaking. Adara High knew she needed help from her letter, but this one didn't think she meant an exorcism.
You're an exorcist?
Adara High is a Twilight Cantor. She sings the dust canticles so Khajiit are not swayed by the beat of Lorkaj's heart, and to drive off the bent cats already lost. If Kaishka's fears are well-founded, her husband's soul is in grave peril.
Can you protect him?
There is hope, but exorcising Dromothra carries great risk. They will claw at this one to silence her song, or try to twist her tune until she too sways her tail to the bent dance. Cantors normally walk with a pride of sharp claws to do this.
Oh. I'll help you with your exorcism.
We must head to the Wall of Life and find Vijari. A path leads up to it from the rear of the village. If there are Dromothra to be found, Adara High will need you to defend her while she banishes them. She prays Vijari will not be among them.
Let's hope. What is this Wall of Life?
A place sacred to this village. Kaishka could tell you more, but Adara High knows the Khajiit here visit it at the end of their lives. For Vijari to go there means his health is failing. Kaishka is right to be worried.
Oh yeah. Will that make it easier for the Dromothra to take him?
A failing body can weigh down even the lightest soul. He had the courage to take the risk. We must hope his will is stronger than his bones.
Is protecting you all I can do during the exorcism?
It will take all this one's focus to sing the canticles. If Adara High's notes do not carry true, Namira's brood will drag us to the dark behind the world. But protect this one, and her song will shield your ears from Lorcage's twisted tune.
Who is Lorcage?
Lorcage was the last of Fadomai's litter, born in the Great Darkness. It was he who tricked Nirni and her littermates into giving birth to the world. Though he was cast down, his heart still beats its seductive tune down in the dark behind the world.
Well, to me, Lorcage doesn't sound like he was evil, because if he didn't trick Nirni to giving birth to the world, we wouldn't all be here, would we? What is the dark behind the world?
It is where the great darkness, Namira, and her Dromothra dance the bent dance to the beat of Lorcage's heart. True cats who hear the beat risk being caught up in the dance and twisted into Dromothra themselves.
What is your relationship to Kaishka and Vijari?
Kaishka is this one's sister, and Vijari a brother by Mara. It has been years since Adara High has seen them. Not since they wed, she thinks. This one wishes she had visited sooner, but the duties of a Twilight Cantor take her far and wide.
Is Black Heights your home?
A Twilight Cantor has no home, but Adara High and her sister were born in Topol. Kaishka has lived in Black Heights for years. She will know more about this place and its customs.
Yeah. I think it's called Black Heights because the rocks are kind of, well, they're not black, but they're dark grey. Maybe it's to do with the wall of life she talked about.
You're going to help my sister save Vijari. You are a kind one, Walker. Can Narthi keep the wind at your backs?
Vijari is your husband, right?
Of fewer years than we hoped, but Kaishka knew of his illness before she took him as her mate. Our time has been short and precious. She knew his pilgrimage to the Wall of Life would be soon, but she wishes he could have waited a little longer.
Well, if he's badly sick, he's probably running out of time. Is his pilgrimage that important?
In his Kenarthic tradition, he must prepare for the journey to the sands behind the stars by unburdening his soul. The people here add their marks to the Wall of Life and paint their final work for those they leave behind. He must go without regret.
And if he passes before then?
He will remain out of Kenarthi's reach. Kaishka knows how important that is, but is it not preferable to falling into the great darkness?
What can you tell me about the Wall of Life?
It is a holy place, found in the cave behind the town. The villagers go to paint their final work at the end of their life. They have been adding to it for generations. It's what Vijari left to do.
What makes it holy ground?
The Wall of Life is the last step of one journey, and the first step of the next. Once a pilgrim has unburdened their soul at the wall, they are ready to ascend the path up the mountain and rise into Kenarthi's waiting arms.
Adara High is your sister?
Twin, no less. Her calling would not normally bring her to a sleepy village like Black Heights, but Kaishka knew she would come to help her. Adara High has always helped others.
Sounds like you admire her.
How could Kaishka not? Her sister is a Twilight Cantor. She travels the world, wielding the secrets of Azura to drive darkness out of the world. This one's simple life cannot compare, but she cherishes it all the same.
So they're twins. But I guess not identical. Cool. So yeah, I'm really excited to see this Wall of Life. History of Palantine and overview. With reverence for the experiences of those who came before us, may any sacrifices you made for the greater good be respected to those who follow. As this one noted in her introduction to Anequina and Palatine, we must work with a lot of unconscious biases of the non-Khajiit when it comes to building any historical work on elsewhere using non-Khajiit sources. When the base language of a people differs from your native tongue, one misses nuance. This one would say the same for herself when she is writing a history of, say, Merkmire, using translations of native Argonian lore. No language can be translated on a one-to-one basis, given that words represent symbols of a thing, not the thing itself. And symbols often have tonal and emotional colour. People fight for symbols, they die for symbols. They do not fight and die for a mere scrap of coloured fabric, but for what the fabric symbolises to them. That noted, this one shall start the history of the area now called Palatine, with the 16 clans of the Khajiit and their ruler, the Moon Emperor. During those days, the province now known as Elsewhere was open to all 16 clans, and many roamed as they needed to perform the function they took on under the Moon Emperor's auspices. Some functions required stable physical locations such as shipbuilding yards and moon sugar farming. So some clans formed permanent settlements to cater to such activities. The name Palatine comes from the clan of moon priests named Pa-Alatin in Ta'agra. The reasons for this name's rise to prominence over the years vary, but until the Thracian plague, Pa-Alatin was simply a clan name, not the name of a geographical region. As the moon priests lived among the people of all clans, the plague hit so hard, however, that clan structures crumbled in the south. Sensual, which had already started shifting in its social systems due to the influence of the Bretons and Imperials who came to its port, led the way in the aftermath of this illness. How? Simply by example and proximity. The clans within the south at that time, seeking succor from the devastation of the plague, assembled on Senchal, the largest town at the time. Moon priests of Pa-Alatin also congregated in the town, seeking to provide what aid they could. Mix that with the social strata that had formed among those living in Senchal and everything changed. Senchal's way of living imprinted itself on the Khajiit coming in from other areas, and when order slowly restored itself, these Khajiit returned to their lives changed. This turning point where the northern Khajiit adhered even more strongly to their clan ties, while the southern Khajiit started forming a more class-based society, also created a strong division between north and south that we still see today. Over time, the southern Khajiit rebuilt ruined structures, re-established trade routes with other peoples, and started thriving again. Senchal became the focal point of the south, both as a busy trading port and as the centre of all customs and traditions that the southern Khajiit hold dear. Additionally, imperial ties strengthened to the point where the potentate Vexento took up residence in the central palace. So it came as an unpleasant surprise to some when Ishita, the ruler of Palatine, married Kiego of Anequina. Many in Senchal were aghast at the temerity of their civilized ruler marrying a barbarian from the north. The tribes of Anequina felt similarly betrayed, yet it happened, and the rulers worked to join their kingdoms together. But it was the main Ridtha-Ridata and instituted a power-sharing system between the tribes and the nobility based on the phases of the moons. Then an assassin killed the potentate while he was in residence at the Senchal Palace, scrawling the words Morag Tong in the Vexento's own blood on the wall. Some claim that was an effort to mislead, while others believe firmly that the assassin was a member of the Morag Tong. Whatever the case, imperial ties with the Khajiit became strained. Tensions mounted until Khajiit rebels slaughtered most of the royal dynasty. At that point, the two lands drew apart again, both rioting settlements to blame over the incident. See for reference the pamphlet entitled Northern Barbarian Betrayal, wherein an anonymous author claims the bloodthirsty Niquen Al clan brought about the demise of the royal line. Despite this state of matters with their northern neighbours, Palatine flourished and Central grew until another sickness ravaged the land, the Khanatan flu. So many died initially, especially in the Black Kyogo slums, that some tried to protect themselves by burning parts of Central to stave off the flu. As the fire grew, smoke killed many more in unaffected areas of the city. Many fled, only to die of starvation later as food stores ran low in the outer areas of Palatine. Other unfortunate acts occurred, including the mysterious closure of the Topol Legionary Academy, and Southern Elsewhere stumbled for a time. Now in these troubled days, with an Imperial Legion stationed in Central to help with restoration and recovery efforts, and a sense of self-preservation overcoming the last of the clan-oriented practices, Southern Elsewhere suffers. Let us hope that the next phase of its story proves less troublesome. Well, so North and Southern Elsewhere don't get along. But because of the Khanatan flu hitting Southern Elsewhere really hard, seems like Northern Elsewhere is in way better shape at the moment. Because Southern Elsewhere has no royal family anymore.
Do not wander too far from the village, Rook. This one has seen frightening shadows from the path to the Wall of Life. Spiders as big as he. Surely the light plays tricks.
Spiders! That could mean Mephala? Khajiit culture is often known for its flamboyance. It seems that whatever the Khajiit choose to do, they do it with gusto. But if I told you that the flare of the silk-draped sheets of Sencha could hold a candle to a tiny village in the hills of Tenma Forest, would you believe it? I do not exaggerate when I say that Black Heights is dripping with colour, quite literally. More than half the people of this town are devoted to the pursuit of art, whether they be artists themselves or artisans who provide the highest quality supplies for the task. The pigments made in their so-called colourworks are sought all over Tamriel for their vibrance in paint and dyes. These alone provide the town with enough wealth to allow such indulgence in the arts for so small a population. The Khajiit of Black Heights have been refining their techniques for generations, and their works are influenced by traditions carried on since the founding of the settlement. One of the oldest and most prominently displayed is a stone painting. Black Heights itself is nestled into the base of a mountain range and dotted with great stone boulders. Khajiit, particularly at a young age, are shown to paint with their paws upon the stones, creating vast and colourful images out of hundreds of tiny paw prints. The greatest example of this is a fixture known as the Wall of Life, where every member of the village goes to add their leaves to the tree before they pass on. The scale of this bittersweet landmark left me speechless, and it will do the same for you. If you hazard to venture out from the safety of Central and take in all the wonders Palatine has to offer. Yeah, look at this. It's really pretty. But yeah, I'm really excited to see this Wall of Life. So, enough about reading books for now. Let us...
What do you want?
Continue to find the Wall of Life. But I want to check out more of the town. Yeah, let's do that now. Small town, but it's pretty. Oh.
I see, my friend, that you have pluck, but you're short on luck. That hand was hard to beat. And if you find your
Love the bards.
about this tragic loss, there's a cause for your defeat.
But yeah, the painted rocks. Really looking forward to seeing this wall of life. Who are you?
Just sad. Where did you go? Oh, I'm sorry. My beloved was supposed to be back days ago, but so far I haven't heard a word. Please, don't mind me. I just need to watch for my beloved's return.
Ooh, so there's other missing people. Does not bode well. But yeah. Let's just go to this wall of life because I really want to see it. Hopefully it's really, really colourful.
I'm busy. Very busy.
Oh, he's painting. It's really cool. From that book, though, we read before, they are painters. Yeah, let's go see this wall of life. It's in the cave, she said. That's a pretty waterfall. Yeah, look at these painted rocks. It's pretty. Oh. Oh, what's that? That's not natural. Horrors. It's not natural at all. Where are they coming from? Yeah, these painted rocks are pretty. Something weird's happening at this wall of life. Oh, I wonder what it looks like. I'm excited. Let us see. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's definitely corrupted. So how do we cleanse it?
Dark moons!
Dakradi, Dakradi, dance with me.
Vijari! He's caught in the dance! Stop him! We must get him away from here!
But how?
Vijari, Vijari comes to thee. He can see Dakradi.
Vijari, you have to stop dancing. It's changing you.
Vijari, Vijari cannot flee. Kanarthi, Kanarthi is the key.
Kanathi is the key. Hold on. What's wrong with you?
The darkness is seeping through this grotesque mural. Adara, I cannot hold it back. We must snap Vijari out of the bent dance and go. Quickly!
He can't stop. He says Kanathi is the key.
We must break the tempo. It is too loud for this one song. The bell. Ring the Kenothic bell.
Which one? There's two.
That's it. Now the other.
Going.
Too close, Walker. Vijari is not a lost cat yet, but the Dara High must begin the exorcism. She'll take him home. Meet her there. She will need you.
What about the wall? We have to cleanse it. We have to cleanse it. But yeah, it does look, even though it's corrupted, it still looks pretty in a unnatural way.
The heart, it pounds. Or is that his own?
That's yours.
Adara High hasn't heard the heart of Lorcage beat so forcefully in her head. Not since... Don't worry. She just needs a moment to clear her head. We'll see you at Vijari's.
Not since... Ah, so she has a history. Okay, let's go get him exercised. Maybe we... Well, I hope we cleanse the wall after that. I want to see how it looks when it's not corrupted. So back to Vijari's home. Which is in town. Oh, she's painting.
This one was surprised to see Vijari up and about today. He had not left his home in many days. Perhaps he is on the mend?
Okay.
Grandmother Tadali's boy returned the bell that went missing. Such a shameful cub. Za'ji returned to Black Heights? Did he mention me? Why would he? Oh, no reason. No reason at all. There's certainly no reason he would mention me.
Ooh, you have history with him, do ya? Yeah.
Lorcage vakair, kaje luz dazna, tajjohi choka, shabar arzoluz, varmajir vakajit.
Wonder what she's saying. It's really pretty though.
Oh, Vijari, this one can't see your precious face. He isn't a lost cat yet, right? Adarahai can save him. She will save him.
We'll do what we can.
Thank you. Kaishka knows she will lose her Vijari soon, but she won't give him to the vile darkness. Please, is there anything she can do to help?
Vijari was calling to Dakrati at the Wall of Life. Any idea why?
His father? He's been dead for years. Vijari's sickness sometimes leaves him confused. He has awoken from fevered dreams, calling for those no longer with us. When he said the wall was calling to him, this one thought he meant his time was short.
Was Vijari close to his father?
This one never met Dagradi, but Vijari said his father hardly left his side until departing for the Wall of Life. It must have been hard to leave his sick son behind. Poor Vijari had no one to care for him before Kaishka was smitten by his charms.
He's lucky to have you by his side. He needs your strength to keep fighting the darkness. Leave the exorcism to Adari and I. We don't need you. That's cruel. But if she wants to help, yeah. Say the first one.
Kaishka needed to hear that, Rook. She feared she was being selfish, sitting here while you and Adarahai risk your lives against the great darkness. This one will be here if you need her. She will be a rock to anchor him.
Aww.
We arrived not a moment too soon, Walker. Vijari is losing his struggle with the bed dance. The dark grips him like none other she has seen. Her songs hold them back, but she cannot exorcise their darkness with prayer alone. Adarahai needs help.
What do you need me to do?
That profane mural isn't the source of Namira's corruption. It is the cracks the darkness seeps through. Something reaches out from it for Vijari, and this one can't break its hold without knowing more about its nature.
So you want me to study it?
Take the Cantor's tonic on the table by my bag. It will open your mind and allow you to see into the twilight between the darkness and the light. You'll see what clings to Vijari and follow its residuum to other things it has touched in the Mundus.
How will that help?
What you see will be much like a paw print on glass, a stain left on the things it has touched. Find them, and the tonic will allow you to see the impressions it left behind. That knowledge may put a name to this evil and be the key to banishing it.
Yeah. I'll learn all I can.
Adara High must remain with Vijari. Without her holy incantations, the darkness will overtake him. She'll hold out as long as she can, but her singing can't go on forever. Learn everything you can about Vijari's connection to that horrid mural.
How does this Cantor's tonic work?
Simply drink it, like any other potion. If your vision blurs, it is working. You may think you are drunk, but it is because your eyes now focus on another world. It will not harm you, though when it wears off, you may wish you were drunk.
So, I guess she's like a bard. I think her sister was a Twilight Cantor, I think her sister called her. So yeah, she keeps the darkness at bay, which is why she does exorcisms. Does that mean there'll be a bard skill line in the future? I hope so. Mantra of Redemption. Could that be the song she was singing before? In the Khajiit language, I think it was. This must be the translation. Interesting.
Kaishka? Is that you? What is that song? It calms Vijari's heart. The voice this one knows, but it's so dark.
You're home. Kaishka's here. Her sister is singing the dusk cantles for you.
Ah, he is in the dark. This one remembers. The dance, the beating. He can't hear it, but Vijari still feels it in his chest. It tugs at his tail. It's calling to him.
What's calling to you?
The wall. Vijari's time is close. He can feel it. He felt the wall of life calling for him. He heard a familiar voice guiding him toward Khenarthi's grace. But Vijari got lost along the way.
It was the wall that was turning you into a bent cat.
No. It's worse than Kaishka feared. If the wall stands between this one and Khenarthi, he will never reach the sands behind the stars. Vijari has no strength left. If the darkness does not take him, his illness surely will.
Is there no cure for your affliction?
None that any moon priest could share. This sickness has followed Vijari's family for generations. This one lost his mother to it when he was young. Why we suffer while our cousins are spared, this one does not know. But at least it ends with him.
Was it your mother's voice you heard?
It would not be her. She never saw the Wall of Life. But his father made the journey. Vijari thinks it was his voice. Dakradi beckoned him to the sands behind the stars.
What do you mean your mother never saw the wall?
She did not have the strength to make her mark on the wall. She stayed to care for this helpless cub while his father was away. By the time his father returned, it was all she could do to say goodbye. It will be the same for me.
Ah. So I guess when they make their mark on the wall before they die, they leave a imprint of their soul behind? Or life force or something? So yeah, we have to drink this tonic to find where this source of darkness is coming from. But I'm going to end this one here and we'll continue this on in the next one. Thanks for watching.